Allison, the preparations for the wedding should all be completely perfect, right?
Good evening, Melinda. I made sure to get whatever I could done for the wedding. At this point, all there is left to do is wait for the wedding and get excited.
What kind of crap is that you're saying to me?
Huh?
You are supposed to be working until the very last minute to make sure that the wedding is perfect and that there is no chance of anything going south. Have you made sure to think of what'll happen when I come on stage and things like that?
Wait, this is going to be the wedding for Charlotte, right?
That's right. My daughter's wedding. And if you don't make sure that it's 100% perfect for all of us, then you are going to be in some serious trouble.
That's not why I asked that. I asked because I'm a bit confused why you think I have to prepare anything for you to come on stage like it's your wedding. I know that Charlotte is going to be walked onto the stage by her dad at the start, but you're supposed to be sat in your seat the whole time the wedding is taking place, right?
That is not a good enough excuse for me to just sit around all day. I am the mother of the bride, Allison, and that means I'm supposed to be treated like the queen at this wedding.
So that's why you want me to prep for you on stage. Well, I never heard from Charlotte about her having anything planned for you.
If you don't start to think about this wedding and what I'll be doing a bit more seriously, you will really regret ever marrying my son. Do you really want to give up your rights as a young wife in this family? Fix your way of thinking, right now, and then hurry up and get back to work on the wedding. Charlotte and I are too busy to be looking over your back every second of the day.
All right.
I'm sorry, Allison. I wish my mom wouldn't ask you to do such stupid things all the time. I see she's even forced you to start doing those stupid things for her. So if you feel that you shouldn't have to, you could tell her no.
Well, I don't really mind it all that much, Tyler. But I didn't think your mom was supposed to have a moment on stage or anything at the wedding, so I'm not really sure what to do about it.
You can't just overlook what she asked you to do. She's just talking out of her butt like that. And Charlotte's already told me that she wants to make up the plans herself for her wedding. So you really don't have to listen to my mom at all. Because this wedding all comes down to what Charlotte wants. I'm sure if you go tell Charlotte about what my mom's asking from you, she'll be able to tell Mom to shut up, and that will be that.
And I did do that by getting a hold of Charlotte and talking with her more about what she wants, but even after talking to her, your mom still thinks she's in control.
We all know that she's been a pain in the butt, and even my dad is getting tired of her attitude. To be honest, after Charlotte gets married, I think things between my mom and dad will begin to fall apart.
What? What do you mean?
My dad is getting really fed up with mom's selfishness. And from what I've heard, even these past few years being married to her have been really tough. So I think that once my sister is married and out of the house, my dad can finally relax a bit and start focusing on himself and moving away from mom. Even I want my dad to break free from my mom's grasp and enjoy his life a bit more.
So that's what's been going on. Well, before any of that can happen, we have to make sure that Charlotte has a great wedding. I'll continue to do my best with making this wedding perfect for her, so that not just Charlotte is happy, but also so that your dad can be happy as well. What's going on, Tyler? I'm currently on the road right now, but just stopped to use the bathroom.
Things are not good right now. My dad has passed out and fallen down badly.
What?
You listen here, Allison. Did you forget that today is the day of my daughter's wedding? You are supposed to be here at 10 a.m. to start getting things ready for the start, yet I haven't found you anywhere yet. How much longer are you planning to keep everyone waiting for you?
What? Melinda? What are you talking about right now?
I am not going to forgive you for being this late to my daughter's wedding. It is the day of my daughter's wedding, and you have a job to do.
Hold on for 1 second, Melinda. Do you have no idea about what's going on right now? How could you not be aware of what's happened? Today the wedding has been canceled to the best of my knowledge, but...
Huh? What the hell did you just say? You really think you're being a good wife to my son in this family? I'm going to strip that title away from you right now! You and Tyler are getting a divorce if it's the last thing I make you both do.
What are you going on about? Why are you getting so upset with me over nothing right now?
I think I have the right to be pissed off at you after canceling on my daughter's wedding without telling anyone. We have all been waiting for over 30 minutes now for you to get here so that we can start the wedding.
I don't think I've done any such thing before the wedding though, Melinda. So before you continue to get more and more flustered with me, take a look around you and tell me what you see.
I'm not going to let you get off easily after not showing up for the beginning of Charlotte's wedding.
Please don't tell me that you actually have no clue what's going on right now. I thought that Tyler already called you telling you about what's happened and explaining to you that the wedding's been canceled.
Why do you keep talking about the wedding being canceled? The only one that's canceled anything is you being here today, and you told nobody a thing about it. You are the worst woman a family could ever ask for. If you don't want me going out of my way to ruin your marriage with my son, you get your butt to this wedding right now!
But everyone is here with me at the funeral home.
Huh?
I think between the two of us, you should be the one getting your butt over here right now if you don't want relations to get any worse between you and your family. It seems to me like you either didn't read or listen to anything Tyler told you yesterday, or you never received anything in the first place. But you do realize what you're doing right now by not being here?
Funeral home? Why are you all there? Did you all get the address confused or something and end up over there?
No, Melinda, the reason we're all here is because your husband passed away.
Huh?
Did you really not know about your husband collapsing yesterday and passing away? You should have been getting calls all day from family in the hospital about your husband's condition.
Well, why would I answer any calls from numbers that I've never seen before? There's no way that he's dead right now. You were just trying to pull some childish prank now, right? My husband is dead? No way in hell is my husband dead right now.
The doctors have said it looks as though he had a heart attack which caused him to pass out. It's already been known for a while that he's had a pretty weak heart, so it makes sense that all the stress recently would cause this.
So all those calls yesterday from Tyler were about my husband having a heart attack. Recently, he had called me warning me about my attitude towards you and all, so I just assumed he was calling me to warn me about that crap again. That's why I ended up muting his calls for the rest of the day yesterday. So, my husband... he's really...
I'm sure that you're in a panic now that you finally learned the truth, but regarding the wedding, it has been canceled and there will be no one showing up to it. So, I did not end up not showing to the wedding today like you think I have. And I never would do something as rude as that, especially since you forced me to do all the preparations for the wedding without getting my take on that decision first.
So the wedding is...
After what happened to your husband yesterday, we had all the family come to the hospital to be there with us. But where were you yesterday evening, Melinda, while everyone was with your husband at the hospital?
Huh? Me? I was just really busy getting any last-minute preparations taken care of before the wedding.
Last-minute preparations, huh? What kind of last-minute preparations are we talking about here?
Hey, I had a lot of beauty treatment appointments that I needed to go to look good for the wedding. It wouldn't be right if the bride's mother looked like a mess on the day of the wedding, right?
So you were out getting ready for things that only mattered to you. Even going as far as to avoid listening to your son, also that you had time to make yourself look good? And that's what led you to being out really late last night with nobody knowing where you were? And when anyone in the family tried calling you, you immediately put them to voicemail?
I didn't get any calls last night.
But you just told me that you ignored all of Tyler's calls and even muted him when you got tired of the ringing, right? I'm sure there were plenty of calls from the hospital as well.
And I told you just a second ago why I didn't answer them. I thought that those were all just spam calls and that it wasn't worth my time answering them.
What about all the calls that came from the rest of your family? Oh, that's right. The rest of your family doesn't really like talking to you anymore and would rather just let you sit in the dark on things. Most of them don't even know your contact information now because you've never told them, and they've never bothered asking.
Excuse me?
Anyway, I know that Tyler tried calling you plenty of times yesterday, but you chose not to answer any of his calls and muted him on purpose. And you've even told me you did all that just now yourself.
So, what is going on with my husband right now? Is he going to be okay?
Huh? Have you not been listening to anything I've said to you today? I told you already that the family and I are all here at the funeral home. Do you not understand how all of us being here right now ties into your husband having a heart attack and passing away?
So if you're all really at a funeral home right now, then he must really be dead. That cannot be possible, right? Right before our daughter's wedding day?
Are you finally coming around to seeing the truth and getting emotional from it? I'm telling you, Melinda, your husband is gone and it all happened to him yesterday. And this was all happening to him last night while you were out having a fun time with his money, getting all the most expensive treatments.
What the hell is this? I didn't know anything about what was going on with him. Why did he think yesterday was the best time to go off and die like that?
The best time? I don't think your husband had a choice in choosing the best time to pass away, Melinda. If anything, he didn't want to pass away the day before his daughter's wedding. I know it must suck to have all your family hate you to the point where they won't even try and get a hold of you about what's happened, but at least Tyler was trying to let you know.
I know that he was trying to call me a lot, but I didn't think he had anything important to say to me, and that's why I ignored him. You can't blame any of this on me, right? It's not my fault. Why didn't you all try harder to get a hold of me when this was going down? You guys could have been sending me texts as well that I could have read later, right?
Tyler told me that he sent you a text. He sent you a message explaining that things weren't going well for his dad and that it was an emergency.
You're right. He did send me a text saying that.
Well, then you really are the only one that can be blamed for not knowing about what happened to your husband yesterday. Today we are planning to have the wake for your husband. And at the moment, we all are working on getting the funeral planned out and prepared for him.
This is all coming to me so fast that I can't fully comprehend it.
I'm sure it is. But this is all the hard reality we are having to live in, Melinda.
Then what's going to happen to my daughter's wedding?
What?
I've been looking forward to that wedding for a very long time now, and I was so ready for it to happen today. What the hell are we going to do about it? I'm sure that even Charlotte has been waiting a long time for this day to come, right?
Melinda, what the actual hell are you going on about now? Are you even aware that your husband is dead right now? And will never be coming back to see any of us again?
I get that he's gone, but I'm talking about the wedding now, which has nothing to do with him dying and that funeral.
Well, Charlotte has taken a lot of time to talk about the wedding with her husband, and they are going to have their wedding on a different date.
What? Oh, that's
bullcrap, right? They're going to delay the wedding? I can understand why someone like you would have a hard time even comprehending this. But why have you ended up this way? You should know that because of her father passing away only yesterday, she wouldn't want to have a wedding right now. It's been months now that you've been acting so self-centered about this whole wedding, which isn't even yours. The amount of times you've tried making it all about you is good reason for your family to continue hating you and never wanting to be involved in your life.
What are you trying to say, Allison?
I know that all you think about is yourself, and about how to make yourself look even better, never taking a second out of your life to think about your family and what they want. Do you remember how you made sure you were at the center of my wedding when it happened?
I was only at the center of it because I'm a very good-looking woman.
And I do think that at your age, you are a very good-looking woman. But you showed up to my wedding in an all-white dress like that. Nobody told you to wear a white dress that day, and as the bride, I told you explicitly not to wear a white dress. But you did it anyway, and that's what made you steal the spotlight from my husband and I, right?
And this time I made sure to get myself an even better-looking white dress for Charlotte's wedding, but now it's all been a waste of time. I rented this gorgeous-looking dress just for today, and I have to have it returned to the store by tomorrow afternoon. Wait! I can wear it to my husband's funeral today. He was my husband, after all, right? I have to be the one to stand out in an event like that, right?
Did you get dropped on your head a lot as a baby, Melinda?
What did you just say to me? You are my son's wife, so you should never be talking to me like that. You want me to make sure that you never get to call my son your husband ever again?
The only one that's been divorced is you whore.
Huh?
Did you know that right before your husband had that heart attack and passed away, he sent in divorce paperwork asking that you no longer be his wife? He had had enough of the way you acted like a self-centered child around everyone, and his idea was, after the wedding had finished, he would pack his stuff up and get out of the house for good. He made sure to write down everything he thought in a letter addressed to you as well.
You're lying, right? He had the two of us divorced without telling me. Can he really do something like that to us without having my permission as well?
Well, the divorce papers that he turned in were something that you had already planned out and filed in, right? So all I had to do was sign his name on them and take them into the city office to be handled.
But I wasn't planning on going through with any of that just yet, Allison. What the hell did he think he was doing, handing them all in without telling me first?
Well, you were trying to make your daughter's wedding all about yourself, even though she told you time and time again to stop. And on top of that, he also knew about how you would threaten me with divorcing me from Tyler if I didn't do as you asked. So I think he was just tired of being married to a whore that kept on making everything about herself and never giving any thought towards the family. I myself understand why he would divorce you. Heck, I respect that man for making it this long with you after all the crap you've pulled.
Why are you being such a rude witch right now?
Well, it doesn't matter anymore now because he is no longer with us. The husband that looked after you and made sure to take the responsibility for all your selfish behavior is no longer here to help you. He died while you were doing what you always do, and that was thinking about only yourself and no one else. How about you think about how sad that is and start crying a little over what's happened to him?
I am sad about what's happened. The wedding that was supposed to be today has been canceled and moved to a later date.
For Christ's sake! You are such a joke, Melinda!
Well, so be it. I'm going to start heading over to you guys right now. I'll at least be able to put myself on display at that funeral for everyone to see. Go and tell everyone that I'll be arriving at the funeral home very soon, okay? I have to make sure that everyone knows that losing my husband has taken a great toll on me now.
Right now, Tyler is talking with everyone else in the family.
About what?
He's telling them that his dad had already divorced you before he passed away. And at the moment, they are all agreeing that you are nothing more than a complete stranger now and don't have to come to the funeral.
What are you talking about, Alice?
It seems that both Tyler and Charlotte do not want you here getting in the way of their last day being around their father.
And what the hell? I'm his wife, though.
No, you are not, Melinda. You have been divorced by him now, and that makes you nothing more than a stranger to everyone here. And even when you were his wife, everyone here hated you.
Why, though? Why would they all hate me to the point that they don't want me there?
To put it straight, you were a terrible wife for him and an even worse mother to your kids. I'm sorry, Melinda, but I don't think you and I will ever be seeing one another again after this. So I'll be going now.
Wait! Don't throw me away like my husband did, Allison! Please tell me where that funeral home is.
Why the hell would I have a reason to tell you? All I want for you is to regret everything you've done to this family and nothing more. Goodbye now, Melinda. And I hope you have a good rest of your life alone.
In the end, Melinda was never allowed to attend the funeral of her ex-husband and had to live the rest of her life not ever having the chance to see her ex for the last time. And after the funeral had finished, Allison, Tyler, and Charlotte all agreed to let her have the house she was living in, but that she'd never get to see or hear from them all again. When she was finally left alone with nothing more than an empty house, she began to realize that what she'd been doing really was childish and not acceptable for a woman her age. But her being regretful of her poor attitude has come far too late now, right?